Good afternoon, ladies, and thank you for joining us here in Far Above Rubies today. I'm so glad that you're here. Right now, we're diving into Galatians chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 7. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that also shall he reap. For he who sows of the flesh will reap corruption, but he who sows of the Spirit will reap everlasting life. And let us not grow weary in well doing, for in due season we will reap if we faint not, or this translation says, if we do not lose heart. You could look around you in the world and see people who want nothing to do with God, who are successful and doing well, and wonder why you're sitting here serving God with all of your heart and you're in the middle of a trial, in the middle of a storm. But that's what this passage assures us, that God will not be mocked. There is no shortcut, there is no loophole in God's system of sowing and reaping. What you reap, you will. What you sow, you will reap. I'm going to get it backwards. Probably not the last time I'll get it backwards. My friend, I want to tell you today to not be discouraged. Trials come to try your faith and to make you strong, not to prove anything to God, but to prove to ourselves and to others that we have faith in Him to get us through. Job went through what, for me, I can only imagine would be hell on earth, through the belly of hell. He lost everything, and then after he lost everything, he lost his children. God didn't need to prove to himself that Job had faith enough to stand strong. He wanted to prove to Job, to others, and actually even to the devil, that Job had faith enough to stand. Job's testimony stands bright through generations later to give us strength. That battle you're going through, it may be to show you that you've got enough strength and faith and trust in God to get through, or maybe God sent a dark valley your way because your light inside of you can shine more brightly in that dark valley than it ever could have in the light of a mountaintop situation. Is it hard to go through a trial for someone else's benefit? You better believe it. But what if your trial makes the difference in someone else's eternity? What if your trial gives someone the hope and the faith to trust in God through their darkest night? Is it worth it? What if your trial helps you minister from a place of understanding that you might not have ever otherwise had? Is it worth it? What if your trial is the birthplace of your ministry? What if your trial is the birthplace of your ministry? What if your witness and your trust in God gives someone else the strength and the faith, the courage to make it through tomorrow? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? God doesn't always send things our way for our benefit. Sometimes He allows us to be that city that is set on a hill for all to see. And it's not always easy. It's not always easy. But God knows exactly where you are. And He will use your trial. He will use your storm if you let Him. Sometimes we want to stay quiet about our situation, about our pain, about our issue, about the circumstance we find ourselves in. But no one benefits from our silence. No one benefits from us keeping it close to ourselves. But instead, when we can share our trial and share our storm and give God glory even through it, and show that we trust Him and we have faith in Him, even through it, even through pain, and even through hurt, you have no idea who it will bless. Your challenge today is to read Galatians chapter 6. Share something below that blesses you from that chapter. And secondly is to pray for strength and faith to have God help you to not grow weary while you serve Him. Don't grow weary in well-doing, my friend. And I ask you to look for an opportunity to minister inside of your storm, inside of your situation. Look for a chance to minister to someone because you may understand their circumstance like nobody else does. If no one has told you lately, you are loved and you are cherished, you are so valuable, and your worth is far above